Have you ever wondered how, despite sanctions and global scrutiny, Russia's elite seem to be living in a world of unimaginable luxury? We're talking super yachts bigger than most houses, sprawling mansions in London and the French Riviera, and private jets that hop between continents. Where does all this money come from, especially when the average Russian citizen earns a fraction of that? The answer isn't just about oil and gas, it's a hidden financial system, a complex web designed to move and protect immense fortunes. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this invisible system. To understand this, we need to go back to the 1990s, after the fall of the Soviet Union. This was a chaotic time, often called the Wild East. State-owned industries, massive oil companies, mines, factories were privatized, sold off for pennies on the dollar. A small group of well-connected individuals who would become known as the oligarchs snapped up these assets. They became billionaires overnight, but this newfound wealth was born in Russia and was vulnerable there. They needed a way to protect it from political instability, rival oligarchs, and the Kremlin itself. This was the birth of the system. So how does it work? Think of it like a series of nested dolls. The first layer is often a Russian company, but that company isn't owned directly by an individual. Instead, it's owned by another company, a shell corporation, registered in a place like Cyprus. Why Cyprus? For a long time, it had favorable tax treaties with Russia and a reputation for financial secrecy. But it doesn't stop there. That Cyprus company might be owned by another shell company in the British Virgin Islands, which is then owned by a trust in Liechtenstein or a foundation in Panama. Each layer adds complexity and anonymity. The names on the documents aren't the real owners. They're often lawyers, accountants, or professional nominee directors who are paid to lend their names to hundreds of companies. Tracing the money becomes a Herculean task, like following a single drop of water through a maze of pipes. This network of offshore entities is the core of the invisible system. It allows wealth to be moved out of Russia and into the global financial system, appearing as clean, legitimate investment capital. Now, you might be thinking, don't banks have rules against this? Yes, they do. Banks are supposed to conduct Know Your Customer or KYC checks to verify the source of funds and the true beneficial owner. But the system is designed to bypass this. By using complex legal structures and professional enablers, lawyers and accountants in major financial hubs like London, Zurich, and New York, the true origins of the money are obscured. These Western professionals provide a veneer of legitimacy, helping to set up the trusts and companies and advising on how to structure assets to minimize scrutiny. They are the gatekeepers who unlock the global financial system. So, once the money is cleaned, through this offshore labyrinth, where does it go? It's invested in things that hold value and are relatively stable. Prime real estate is a classic choice. Think of the luxury apartments in Knightsbridge, London, or the penthouses overlooking Central Park in New York. For a long time, these were seen as secure, anonymous piggy banks. The money also flows into private equity, hedge funds, and the art market. A multi-million-dollar painting can be a very discreet way to store and move wealth. And of course, there are the more obvious signs of opulence: the super yachts, the private jets, the sports teams. These aren't just toys, they are assets, part of a global portfolio, managed and protected by this invisible infrastructure. This system creates a strange paradox. While political rhetoric might be anti-Western, the personal wealth of the elite is deeply integrated with the West. Their money is in Western banks, their kids are in Western schools, their assets are managed by Western firms, and they rely on the stability of Western legal systems to protect their fortunes. It's a symbiotic relationship. The elite get a safe haven for their wealth, and Western financial centers profit from managing these massive sums of money. Following the events of 2014 and more recently 2022, a massive effort has been made to sanction these individuals and freeze their assets. This has made things much more difficult. Yachts have been seized, bank accounts frozen, and the veil of secrecy has been partially pierced. Task forces like the Repo, Task Force, Russian elites, proxies, and oligarchs have been set up specifically to hunt down these hidden assets. But the system is resilient. It adapts. In response to sanctions, we're seeing a shift. Money is moving to different jurisdictions, places that are less aligned with Western sanctions, like the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, or certain parts of Asia. New, even more complex structures are being created to hide ownership. Cryptocurrency has also emerged as a potential new tool for moving money anonymously, although its volatility makes it a riskier bet for storing vast fortunes. The game of cat and mouse continues, with governments trying to close loopholes and the system's architects finding new ones. The crucial thing to understand is that this isn't just a story about a few rich individuals. This system has profound consequences. It drains capital out of the Russian economy that could be used for public services like healthcare and education. It embeds this wealth within the global system, making it difficult to untangle our economies from it. And it creates a situation where a small, powerful group has a vested interest in maintaining a status quo that benefits them, even at the expense of their own country's broader development. It's a shadow financial world, operating in parallel to the one most of us know. It relies not just on secrecy, but on a global network of professionals who make it all possible. Understanding this invisible system is key to understanding the true nature of modern wealth and power, not just in Russia, but around the world. It shows how interconnected we are, and how financial secrecy in one part of the world can have a ripple effect across the entire globe. Thanks for sticking with us on this deep dive. It's a complex topic, but a vital one. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the hidden systems shaping our world. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.